Magandang buhay! Si Teacher Hill po. Ang video po natin ay tungkol sa quadratic functions and analyzing the effects on each graph. Ito po ay makikita sa Grade 9 Mathematics, Week 8. Objectives. Number 1. Graph sa quadratic function. Find the vertex. Find the axis of symmetry. Find the X and y-intercept. Find the domain, range, and the direction of the opening of the parabola. Number 2. Analyzes the effect of changing the values of a, h, and k in the equation of y equals a times the quantity of x minus h quantity square plus k of a quadratic function on each graph. Okay, learning task 1. Complete the table below. So we have a graph here and we will have to complete this table. First, what is the vertex of this graph? The vertex of this graph is 0, negative 2. Our h is 0 and k is negative 2. What is the axis of symmetry? Remember that the axis of symmetry is equal to h. And this given, h equals to 0, so the axis of symmetry is equals to 0. Our x-intercept. The x-intercept is determined by setting y equals to 0. In this given of this graph, the x-intercept is negative 2 and positive 2. Y-intercept is negative 2. The domain of this graph is the set of all real numbers. And range is y such that y is greater than or equal to negative 2. And the opening of the parabola. So the opening of the parabola of this graph is upward. In learning task 2 and 3, we will have to give the vertex, the axis of symmetry, the x and y-intercept, the direction of the graph, and the domain and range. We have 5 examples in our learning task 2 and 3, and 3 of them is the same in our learning task 2 and 3 in our module. And of course, we don't forget to graph our given function. Example number 1 sa learning task 2 and 3. Y equals x squared plus 4x plus 5. So, use the formula of h and k. H is negative b over 2a and k equals f of h. So, ito yung vertex. So, substituting the value of b, which is 4. So, negative 4 over 2a is 1. So, negative 4, 2 times 1 is 2. So, negative 4 divided by 2 is negative 2. So, that is the value of h. How about k? F of h. So, means substitute natin yung value ng h doon sa x na function ng y. So, we have negative 2 quantity square plus 4 times negative 2 plus 5. By simplifying, k equals 4 negative 8 plus 5. By simplifying, 4 minus 8 plus 5, k equals 1. So, our vertex in the y equals x squared plus 4x plus 5. So, the vertex equals negative 2 and 1. After na makuha natin yung vertex dito sa function natin, So, makukuha natin yung axis of symmetry. So, ang axis of symmetry is equal to h, where h equals to negative 2. So, the axis of symmetry is negative 2. Now, the x-intercept. Yung x-intercept, ma-identify natin kung may x-intercept if b squared minus 4ac is equals to 0 or b squared minus 4ac greater than 0. But if b squared minus 4ac is less than 0, it means wala siyang x-intercept. Or, yung isa, para makita natin kung siya ay may x-intercept, maggagawa tayo ng graph. Mag-visualize lang tayo. Sulat lang natin yung vertex. Ang vertex natin ay negative 2. Dito yun sa left side. And y is 1. So, it means that A is 1. The graph is opens upward. It means, in this case, yung vertex ay mas mataas sa x-axis. Kaya wala tayong intercept. So, no intercept tayo dito. No x-intercept. So, nakuha na natin ang axis of symmetry. Where axis of symmetry equals to h and h equals to negative 2. So, it means axis of symmetry equals negative 2. X-intercept. Okay, meron siyang tatlong way para meron siya para ma-identify kung merong x-intercept yung function natin. If b squared minus 4ac is greater than 0 and b squared minus 4ac is equal to 0. But if b squared minus 4ac is less than 0, no x-intercept siya. Pero pwede rin natin tayong mag-draw muna ng graph para ma-identify kung merong x-intercept. Ibig sabihin kung dadaan sa x-axis. So yung vertex natin ay negative 2 and 1. So ibig sabihin nandito siya. And the direction of the graph, A is greater than 1 or A is positive. It means yung graph natin ay paganyan. So, obviously, wala tayong x-intercept. Kaya sa x squared plus 4x plus 5, no x-intercept. Okay? Ang ginawa ko dito ay nag-draw lang ako ng graph. Okay, next. Nakuha na natin yung vertex. Nakuha na natin yung axis of symmetry. X-intercept. Ngayon, kukunin natin y-intercept. So, ang y-intercept, x equals 0. Substitute x by 0. So, cancel. Y-intercept equals to 5. Or simply, may technique din tayo kapag ang ating function ay naka-standard form, y equals to c. Ang c natin ay 5, so it means our y-intercept equals to 5. Okay? So, ayan yung y-intercept natin. Next is the domain and range. So, our domain in this function, ito yung pinakamadali. So, ang domain is the set of all real numbers. So, dyan tatama na kayo. Kasi all real numbers lagi yung nagiging sagot. Okay? How about range? Okay, ang range, we will have to check the value of k. K is 1. So, yun yung possible that is our range. Y such that y is greater than or equal to 1. Bakit greater than or equal to 1? Kasi A is positive. Bakit siya 1? Kasi yun yung value ng k natin. Magbabago na lang siya kung less than or equal to 1. And the direction of the graph, A is greater than 0, it means upward. After this, we will have to graph the function of y equals x squared plus 4x plus 5. Okay, gagraph na natin yung function natin na y equals x squared plus 4x plus 5. So, yung vertex natin, negative 2 and 1. Y-intercept is 5. And yung nag-assign ako ng point sa x, when x is 1, y is 10. Paano nakuha yun? Substituting 1 to the value of x in our function, y squared plus 4 times 1 plus 5. Simplifying 1 squared is 1, 4 times 1 is 4, plus 5. Adding 1 plus 4 plus 5, y equals to 10. So, meron na tayong magiging tatlong point. So, first, yung vertex natin, if x is negative 2, y is 1. So, this is the vertex. Next, if x, the y-intercept is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? Next, if x is 1, y is 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? Ito yung ating axis of symmetry. Remember na yung axis of symmetry, divide the parabola into two equal parts. Okay, so, connect lang natin. Okay, so parabola yan, ibig sabihin, may partner yan. So, this is the axis of symmetry. So, bilang lang natin para at least kahit papano ay pantay. So, yung axis of symmetry to the y-intercept, meron siyang 2 units. So, 1, 2. And the other one, yung 1 and 10. So, meron siyang 1, 2, 3. May 3 units from the x-axis. So, ganun din. 1, 2, 3. Then, connect. This is our graph of y equals x squared plus 5. Okay, example number 2. Y equals 2x squared minus 8x minus 10. So, using the formula of h and k, h equals negative b over 2a and k equals f of h. By substituting the value of b, so we have 8, so minus negative 8 over 2 where a equals to 2. By simplifying, negative, negative, so that is positive. 8 over 2 times 2 is equals to 4. Then 8 divided by 4 is 2. So this is the value of our a. How about k? So by substituting 2 to the x, so we have 2 times 2 squared minus 8 times 2 minus 10. By simplifying, so 2 squared, that is 4, times 2 minus 8 times 2, that is negative 16. We have negative 10. By simplifying, 2 times 4 is 8, minus 16, minus 10. So, we have 8 minus 16 minus 10. So, our k equals negative 18. So, our vertex in the function of 2x squared minus 8x minus 10, our vertex is 2 and negative 18. Okay. So, nakuha na natin yung vertex. So, ngayon ay X-Intercept. So, based dun sa graph natin, may gagraph natin yan. X is 2, Y is negative 18. So, halimbawa, nandito yan. Then, A is 1. So, ibig sabihin, pag ganyan yung graph natin, it means, meron tayong X-intercept na dalawa. Or, B squared minus 4AC is greater than 0. It means dalawa yung ating X-intercept. So, ibig sabihin, kukunin natin yung X-intercept. So, X-intercept, Y equals 0. Okay. So, substitute natin yan. 0 equals 2x squared minus 8x minus 10. Okay? So, this one is divided by 2. So, we have x squared minus 4x minus 10. Okay? Next. Oh, sorry. This is 5. So, negative 10 divided by 2, that is negative 5. X squared minus 4x minus 5, may factor yan. So, pwede natin i-factor. So, ang factor nito, so that is x minus 5 and x plus 1. Okay, negative 5 times 1 is negative 5. Get the sum. Negative 5x plus 1x, so that is negative 4x. Equate. Minus 5 equals 0. X plus 1 equals 0. Transpose. X equals to 5. And x equals to negative 1. So, ibig sabihin, ang X-intercept natin ay 5 and negative 1. So, susulat na natin dito. So, X-intercept is 5 and negative 1. Okay? So, that is our X-intercept. X equals to 5 and x equals to negative 1. Next, y-intercept. Okay, y-intercept. So, y-intercept, x equals 0. Okay, so y equals, so eliminate. So, we have 2 times 0 squared minus 8 times 0 minus 10. Cancel. So, y equals to negative 10. So, this is our y-intercept, or C. Y equals to C, C equals to negative 10. So, our y-intercept equals negative 10. Next, what is the axis of symmetry? So, axis of symmetry is also equals to H. So, it means our axis of symmetry is positive 2. Nakuha na natin ang axis of symmetry. Next, the domain and range. So, our domain and range of our function y equals 2x squared minus 8x minus 10. Of course, domain is set of all real numbers. Yan yung pinakamadaling sagutan, yung domain lagi. And our range, okay, is, so our case negative 10, so our domain is y such that y is greater than or equal to negative 18. Okay, this is our range. Okay, bakit siya greater than or equal? Kasi A is positive. Next, and what is the direction of the graph? Direction, A is positive, it means upward. So, susunod natin ay gagraph natin ang 2x squared minus 8x minus 10. Okay, graph na natin yung function na y equals 2x squared minus 8x minus 10. So, i-graph natin yan. Ano yung nakuha nating vertex kanina? So, ang vertex natin is 2 and negative 18. X-intercept, 5 and negative 1. Y-intercept is negative 10. So, kunin muna natin ang vertex. 2 and negative 18. So, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So, this is our vertex. Next, the X-intercept, which is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Y-intercept, X-intercept is negative 1. Okay, next is the y-intercept, that is negative 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is the y-intercept. And this is our axis of symmetry. This is the axis of symmetry. Okay, graph na natin ang ating function. So, bilang lang tayo dito. So, connect lang natin. Parabola. Next, ito naman, bilang tayong dalawa. 1, 2. Para at least pantay, kahit pa paano. So, this is the graph of y equals 2x squared minus 8x minus 10. So, ito yung x-intercept. This is the vertex. This is the y-intercept. So, this is 0, negative 10. This is negative 1, 0. And this is 5, 0. Okay. So, yan po yung graph natin ng 2x squared minus 8x minus 10. So, nakakadalawa na po tayo. Susunod na yung isa nating example. Okay, task 2 and 3. Y equals negative 2x squared. Based doon sa lecture natin or doon sa module natin, this is y equals ax squared. It means the vertex equals 0 and 0. The axis of symmetry where h equals 0, so the axis of symmetry is h. The x-intercept is 0 because based doon sa vertex natin na ang vertex natin ay 0, 0. Dito yan. So, nandito yung ating x-intercept. And y-intercept is also equals to 0. Okay. So, ano pa yung sasagutan natin? So, sasagutan natin dito in case is the domain. So, what is our domain? So, the domain is the set of all real numbers. Next. Ano pa? The range. Ano yung range natin? Okay? So, ang range natin is y such that y is less than or equal. Bakit less than or equal? Kasi a is less than 0. Okay? Ibig sabihin ng a natin ay negative. Kapag negative, ang gagamitin natin ay less than or equal to 0. Next, the direction. What is the direction of the graph? So, anong direction niya? A is negative. So, it means the direction is downward. Okay, graph na natin yung function na y equals negative 2x squared. Based dun sa ating vertex, ang vertex natin ay 0 and 0. X-intercept is 0, y-intercept is 0. Kumuha pa ako ng isang point. If x is 2, substitute natin yung x by 2. So we have 2 squared, that is 4 times negative 2, y is equals negative 8. If x is 2, y is negative 8. So igagraph na natin yan. So, ito yung ating vertex, which is 0, 0, x and y intercept. Then, if x is 2, 1, 2, y is 8, y is negative 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? So, yun yung magiging graph niyan. Then, bilang lang tayo. This will be our graph. It means our graph is downward. Okay? So, ibig sabihin natin dito, as long na ang value ng A, the absolute value of A, okay, is bigger, it means yung ating opening of the parabola is narrower. Okay, yan yung nasa lecture natin yan. Okay, fourth example natin. Y equals the quantity of x plus 2 quantity square. So, it is similar to our lecture, y equals a times the quantity of x minus h quantity squared. In this case, the graph of y equals a times the quantity of x minus h quantity squared is obtained by shifting y equals ax squared, h units to the right if h is positive. Okay, if h is greater than 0, shift to the right. If h is less than 0, shift to the left. Okay, yan po yung idea natin dun sa ating given na function. So in this case, our vertex is negative 2. Bakit negative to? So this is, if h is 2, this is negative. It means, kung negative h yan, so positive, magpapalit lang ng sign, ang h natin ay negative 2. And our k, so wala siyang number or wala yung k dito, walang constant sa labas, our k is 0. Okay? Axis of symmetry. Ano ang axis of symmetry natin? Which is h equals to negative 2. So, axis of symmetry is negative 2. Okay. X-intercept, then y equals 0. So, it means yung ating function ay naka-vertex form. So, in this case, so our x-intercept, so y equals 0, 0 equals the quantity of x plus 2 quantity squared. It means this is also equal to x plus 2 times x plus 2. This is a binomial squared. And equate to 0, so we have x plus 2 equals to 0 and x plus 2 equal to 0. Transpose x equals negative 2. It means parehas lang sila. So, ang x-intercept natin ay negative 2. Okay? So, x-intercept is equals to negative 2. Okay? So, ibig sabihin may x-intercept tayo kasi kung ang vertex natin ay negative 2 and 0, so meron tayong mag-i-intersect sa x-axis. Next, y-intercept. Okay. So, vertex natin is negative 2 and 0. Axis of symmetry is negative 2. X-intercept is negative 2. Y-intercept. Y-intercept, x equals to 0. So, y equals 0 plus 2 quantity square, y equals 2 square, so y equals 4. So that is y-intercept equals to 4. Okay, next, what is our domain? So the domain is set of all real numbers. What is the range? Ano ang range natin in this case? So, ang range natin, k equals to 0. So, that is y such that y is greater than or equal. Kasi, greater than or equal, a is positive, k is 0. So, y is greater than or equal to 0. That is our range. So, ang last na ano natin, what is the direction of the graph? Direction of the graph, A is positive, so it means upward. So, ang susunod natin dito ay i-graph natin yung ating function na y equal the quantity of x plus 2 quantity squared. Okay, i-graph na natin yung y equals the quantity of x plus 2 quantity squared. So, what is our vertex? The vertex is negative 2 and 0. X-intercept is negative 2. Y-intercept equals to 4. So, if x is 1, y equals to 9. Papaano nakuha yun? Substitute x by 1. So, 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 squared is 9. Kaya ito yung isang point natin. So, vertex, negative 2 and 0. Ito is our origin. Negative 1, negative 2, x is 0. Next, y-intercept is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, this is the y-intercept. If x is 1, y is 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, connect natin yung graph. Okay, bakit pataas? Because A is positive. Okay, this is the axis of symmetry. Ilan lang yung distance niya? Eksakto lang. So, dalawa. So, bilang din tayo ng dalawa dito. Equal sila. Okay, ito yun. At yung isa naman, ito yung x is 1, y is 9. 1, 2, 3. So, meron siyang distance na 3 units. Sa axis of symmetry, bilang lang din tayo. Send connect. So, that is our graph of y equals the quantity of x plus 2 quantity squared. Okay. So, yung last task natin sa task 2, 3, y equals 2x squared minus 4x plus 4. So, use the formula of h, finding the vertex. So, substituting. So, negative 4 over 2 times 2. So, negative, so that is positive over 2. 4 divided by 2, that is 1. And our k equals substituting to the value of h by 1. So, 2 times 1 squared minus 4 times 1 plus 4. So, we have 1 times 1 is 2. So, that is 2 minus 4 plus 4. Our k equals 2. So, ang vertex natin in the function of 2x squared minus 4x plus 4 equals, the vertex is 1 and 2. So, continue natin. So, yung vertex natin from this function is 1 and 2. So, ang axis of symmetry, h is 1. Axis of symmetry is also equals to 1. What is the x-intercept? So, based dun sa graph natin, kung i-analyze natin, ang vertex natin ay 1 and 2. So, ibig sabihin, nandito siya. And, a is equals to 1. So, pag ganyan ang graph niya. It means, na ang X-intercept natin ay wala. So, no X-intercept. Okay? Hindi na natin kukumputin. Matik na yan. Na-analyze na agad natin. Next, y-intercept. So, y-intercept is equals to C. Ano ang C ng ating function? So, that is y-intercept equals to 4. So, y-intercept is 4. Okay. Next, what is our domain? Si domain, pinakamadali, set of all real numbers. Yan yung una ko laging sinasagutan nung nag-uumpisa pa ako sa math, yung pagkuha ng domain. And range. What is our range? Okay, tingnan natin ang case 2. Upward. Y such that y is greater than or equal to 2. And what is the direction? Okay? A is positive. Ang direction natin ng ating parabola is upward. So, ang susunod natin gagawin ay i-graph natin ang function ng 2x squared minus 4x plus 4. Okay, i-graph na natin ang function ng y equals 2x squared minus 4x plus 4. So, ang nakuha nating vertex, 1 and 2. Y-intercept is 4. So, if x is 3, y is 10. Paano nakuha? Substituting value of x by 3. So, we have 2 times the quantity of 3 squared minus 4 times 3 plus 4. Simplifying, 3 times 3 is 9 times 2 is 18. Negative 4 times 3 is negative 12 plus 4. Simplify. So, 18 minus 12 plus 4, y is 10. Plotting the points, vertex, 1 and 2. Ito yun. If x is 1, y is 2. Y-intercept. If x is 0, y is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. If x is 3, y is 10. 1, 2, 3. Upward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Plot the points. Okay. So, axis of symmetry natin. Para at least may guide, bilang tayo. So, 1, 2 ang distance. So, we have 1, 2. So, plot natin. So, this is our graph of y equals 2x squared minus 4x plus 4. So, diyan po matatapos yung lesson task 2 and 3. Mamaya is yung comparison sa learning task 4 using the graph.
In learning task 4, illustrate the graphs of the following quadratic function, then analyze the effects from each other. Okay? So we will have to graph this and find the vertex of every examples that we have, and we will have to analyze the effects from each other.
So, what we will have to do is we will have to illustrate the given function to the given graphs and analyze the effects from each other. Okay? So, first example, y equals 2x squared. So, the vertex of this function is 0, 0. Second example, y equals 2x squared plus 2. Our h is 0. And the k is 2. So, the vertex is 0 and 2. Number 3, y equals 2x squared minus 2. Our vertex is 0 and negative 2. And number 4 is y equals 2 times the quantity of x minus 2 quantity squared plus 1. The vertex is 2 and 1. And number 5 is y equals 2 times the quantity of x plus 2 quantity squared minus 1.
the vertex is negative 2 and negative 1. So in this case, why is the vertex is 0 and 2 sa number 2? Simply because this has a factor, if we will have to convert this one in a vertex form, so that is equals to 2 times the quantity of x plus 0, quantity squared, plus 2. So it means our h is 0 and our k is 2. Okay? So naintindihan. Equivalent, yung y equals 2x squared plus 2 in the vertex form, that is 2 times the quantity of x plus 0, quantity squared plus 2. Okay. So ipa-plot na natin yung points. So, plotting the points of number 1, vertex is 0, 0. Number 2, that is 0 and 2. Number 3, we have 0 and negative 2. Number 4, our vertex is 2 and 1. And number 5, the vertex is negative 2 and negative 1. Okay, plot natin yung number 1. So, vertex 1 is 0, 0. Y equals 2x squared. Yung y equals 2x squared plus 2, vertex is 0 and 2. So, this is our example number 2. And our vertex number 3, which is y equals 2x squared minus 2. And number 4, y equals 2 times the quantity of x minus 2, quantity squared plus 1. Vertex is 2 and 1. And number 5 is the vertex is negative 2 and negative 1. So, i-analyze natin yung 1, 2, 3. So, the graph of our parabola is upward. So, yung parabola natin, ang direction ng graph ay upward. So, yung number 1, vertex natin, 2x squared. Ibig sabihin, wala tayong k. It means, yung vertex natin ay 0. Sa number 2, y equals 2x squared plus 2. So, our vertex, our h is 0, k is 2. It means, it shift upward. Yung k is positive 2. It shift upward by 2. So, 1, 2. Ito yun. And yung number 3 natin, y equals 2x squared minus 2. Our k is negative 2. It means, it shift downward. So, ibig sabihin, bababa doon sa may pinaka-origin ng dalawa. So, ito yung k natin. So, that is negative 2. Yung number 4 and 5, okay, the graph shifted 2 units to the right. Okay? If h is positive, so h is positive 2 units to the right. Bilang tayo. 1, 2, and k is positive 1, shift upward. Okay? So, ito yung upward natin. Ito yung k natin pataas. Itong h natin, so that is positive. So, move to the right. Yung h, yun yung nagre-represent ng x-axis. And yung k, yun yung nagre-represent ng y-axis. Now, yung number 5. Okay? So, our h is negative 2. So, that is to the left. Shift to the left. And k is negative 1. It means 1 downward. So, kung i-graph natin yan, so, pag ganito po yan. wala tayong ibang kulay, kaya pagpasensya na natin yan. Yan. So, this is our graph. Pero mas maganda na i-graph nyo siya, magkasama yung 1, 2, and 3, yung 4 and 5, magkasama sa isang graph din. Okay, para at least ma-visualize natin yung ating solution. Okay? So, dyan na po magtatapos yung ating lesson 8, week 8. I'm hoping na naintindihan nyo step-by-step procedure at sana huwag kakalimutang mag-subscribe at i-like at i-share at huwag na huwag kalimutang panoorin para may matutunan kayo sa lesson 8 natin sa grade 9 mathematics. Thank you and God bless.
I'm hoping that you understand our topic in this module. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell. Thank you and God bless.